Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Stadium game. So, in this game, I thought I'd try out a new build. We tanky DPS. The idea of this is the game which I was trying it for the first time. Now, it's similar to many of the other builds. You know, at this point, there's not that much variety with Moira. Just little tweaks. So, I wanted to be a kind of more tanky chain grass build, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do in this game, but there is a bit of a twist, and I wonder if you guys can see it. Anyway, so we've got chain grass, we've got electrolytes and stratosphere beacon. You won't see it yet, by the way. Well, some of you might be able to. Like, a slight problem that we have. So yeah, we're going to be running this first round with a Rhine, a Reaper, Genji, myself on Moira, and a very aggressive Lucio player. Enemy team, Rhine, Genji, Cassidy, Brig, and Mercy. So, going straight into round one. We hear footsteps, we ping it. Try and get a bit of damage here. Now, what I've realised here is my team actually went this way. Normally, I would fade out of there, and I'm just kind of chilling, right? We go there, we can apply pressure. If it's a single target, we can duel them. If the whole team's there, we just fade away. But with my team, it means I actually just faded away from my team. And yeah, we kind of got crushed in that first round, or at least that first fight. So Genji's on us, got a Mercy pocket. We're not going to be able to kill him, but we should survive quite well against that. Just trying to get Chain Grasp up top after healing the Lucio. Genji's allowing us to actually change targets there, but the Brig with a little cheeky whip shot, yeah, kind of ruins the rest of the Chain Grasp. To heal or damage, we go with the damage option. If we heal the Genji and if we heal the Reaper and the Genji gets the kill and we haven't got them low, the Genji could dash away. So I'd rather take the trade. That's something which many support players don't recognize too much. You kill the Brig there quite late, which is nice. Gonna fade away from... Well, okay, we got shattered. Fine. Actually, our team kind of got crushed there. We just went to poke, but actually a really good shatter from the enemy Rhine. So, let's see. Our Rhine's down. Reaper. Can the Reaper get out of here? Can get a bit of healing or damage. It's actually a damage orb. Coalescence, not able to kill the Rhine here. He doesn't have shatter. There's a Genji floating around. We're going to use a heal orb for the rest of our team. Blades coming in. We do use beat though. High Noon's still there. I think he got a bit of charge up on us, so we wanted to stay a bit passive. Brig isolated. The Mercy's not reacting, which is nice for us, but we wanted to go on the high ground there. Messed the fade jump. It was kind of a tough angle. Fake fade. Oh, dodge the fire strike. Yeah, we made a bit of a mistake. We were fine while there was a Rhine or a Mercy or anything, but when the Cassidy came around the corner, we couldn't really do much. Nice pin from our Rhine. Nice shatter. Okay. I mean, enemy team's not that far ahead. Only 20 seconds left of the round. We're going to cut through the middle here. Might be able to help out our Genji a little bit. We fire a heal orb this time. But Genji kind of avoided most of it. I thought I heard footsteps down the bottom here, but apparently not. So that's just put me in a awkward position. We'll go forward and see if we can block the res. It's lucky the shatter wasn't on us, but our tank does get eliminated. Brig rally as well. This is going to be tough. Try and get some healing on our team. Can't heal our Lucio there though. Genji. We've got a coalescence. Okay, nice. Still got to get it past this checkpoint though. Like the even though we're very, very close. Oh no. Okay, we did take the lead though. That's crucial. Because even if we lose the fight, we may have time to go back. Genji and Brig on us. Just going to do a cheeky little fade jump up top. Lucio beat comes in. The Cassidy is shooting us quite a bit. This pocketed Genji is so tough. Especially in the early rounds, like Moira just doesn't have the damage. Okay, so they've got 0.72 meters. It's a bit unfortunate to lose the Lucio there. Genji and I are going to have to try and block this one. Cassidy up top. We really want to block the lead. But it's tough. So rather than them get it here, we want to block it here because otherwise we've got to push it all the way through. Ryan tried a charge to get to the objective, but it wasn't meant to be. Gets 17,700 cash. It's a long round one. Ryan on 18k, the enemy Ryan. Our Ryan's not that close. I think I saw 13,500. That's a 5k difference between the two Reinhardts. That's going to be pretty tricky to come back from. Right, so it just so happens that we've got the perfect amount of cash to get weapon jammer and emergency chip. So both of these items give us 25 health. Well, weapon jammer gives us armor, but you know what I mean. Our max life goes up by 50. So I think that's quite good for early game. I was looking with this build to try and pick all of the big tanky survival items. You know, the ones that give you so much health. But I figured they're not actually really worth it. There's a lot of tanky, like decent DPS based items. Like when you've got things like weapon jammers giving you a nice amount, well, it's 25 armor, right? You've got like Lumerico Fusion Drive, gives you 50 armor. You've got Phantasmic Flux, loads of lifesteal. You can build exclusively with like more damage based items that's still really tanky. Sure, they don't give you the damage reductions, but also Overdrive Core, Emergency Chip. These things are really strong, like just at keeping you alive, and that's kind of the goal. Against the Ryan though, is that health going to even come in handy? Ryan's low. We did get zoned out there. Brig, trying to attack them. Mercy, okay, Mercy does go down, but this Genji on us again. So weak, no, we got hit by the fire strike from the side. Would have probably got the Genji if that fire strike didn't hit. Okay, so enemy team capping the midpoint for now. We're gonna, I mean, we're a bit staggered from the rest of our team here. Want to get some healing over onto the Rhine. It's too late for the orb. Now enemy Rhine's gonna push us again. Yeah, I think this is, you know, it's a decent amount of it's my fault. We're kind of staggered. I can't get to the Reaper to try and heal him up here. Chain Grasp, but the Genji's getting close. Cassidy joining the fight means we're going to fade back. Shatter onto our Rhine. Coalescence, but there's a stupid rock in the way. So we'll just try and generate some cash. Or at least, you know, we're trading cash with the enemy sports here. Gonna have to fade away from this one. Oh, another fire strike. Dodge the second one at least. Oh, Ryan. Okay. No, what happened to the shatter? We deliberately tanked a couple of hits there. Just because even though it gives Ryan, you know, ult charge and things like that, it means that he's not attacking somebody else. I need to get to the point. Somebody else got a touch, I think. Ryan just pinning to try and get across to some healers. Genji blades on us. We would have faded the Genji's dash, but it was the Cassidy that actually killed us just before the Genji dash came in, which is a bit unlucky. Again, it was holding the fade. We don't want to use fade before the Genji does a dash, otherwise he just looks around and then dashes onto us. We want him to miss the actual dash. So this is not looking good. I mean, Ryan's there. We can fade through onto the point, get a little touch. Hopefully the Ryan can get through the front line. Does not manage to do so. And that's surely going to be it. Yeah. Okay. We're already 2 rounds down. Slight problem.
0-2. Some intense competition this round.
But look, we're experimenting with builds. We do it just in competitive. They're not bad builds most of the time. They're just different, right? And I think there is a clear problem in this game. So right now we're still sticking with this build. So emergency chip, overdrive core, and weapon jammer. And then we've got 4k left to spend. Shield buster. There's quite a few players with armor. So let's increase our damage a little bit. I'll tell you what the problem is in the next round. Not this one. Okay, we've got 19 eliminations, 8 deaths so far. The cash difference though, still 5k between the Rhine on either team. Those bounties though, look at the bounties on Cassidy and Mercy. They are huge, and we've got a 12% boost as well. We could get some real money on this round. Especially, in fact, this is one of the big imbalances of Stadium, because the boost mechanic is fine, right? If anything, it makes gameplay better. The problem is the boost mechanic doesn't take into account the maps. So this map normally takes quite a while, which means we're going to get the boost for longer. Like, should it be a dynamic boost that updates every so often? Because our team could generate a huge amount of cash, getting 12% extra for a long period of time. Like, we want this map to last as long as possible. Obviously, we still want to win it, but the longer it, every bit of damage that we're doing, or healing, or basically anything, right? It's more efficient for us because we're getting more cash for it. So we actually want to prolong this map as long as we can. And I know that would be, the same regardless of if it's a long map or a short map, right? But the point is, on a map of this length, it just goes on for longer. You get what I mean. Okay, gonna fade away from this one. Chain grasping. Health is not moving. Gonna fade that one. We do fade the flashbang. Oh, the orb's kind of wasted, but it's alright. Next to the wall in case there's a shatter. We really don't want to get shattered there. Okay, fade back. He didn't use flashbangs, so we've got to be a bit cautious here. Okay, Cassidy taken down. Team seem to be doing okay. It's just a Rhine in this room, right? Okay, we still had elements of beat. Briggs taken down. Just clean up the Rhine now. Bit of damage over onto... Okay. So that was a thing. You know what? I said I was going to tell you next round what the problem is. I'm going to tell you right now. Brig Mercy. Brig on a pack build. They just have a huge amount of healing. And we do not have Cyber Venom or anything really to do anything about that. This build, being a tanky build, we sacrifice something. In this case, damage is one of them, which, you want more damage against the heal build. And, chain grasp on the Cassidy. Didn't get the kill. This Genji's very annoying. So damage is one thing. We got the Cassidy now. Damage is one thing, but, reducing their healing's another, right? And right now, this build kind of doesn't have either. So, yeah, they're able to put out some crazy heal numbers, and we're just not balancing that with damage. And I know some of you might be thinking, look, you guys, you're not really doing much healing. You're just putting out loads of damage. The thing is, Lucio Moira is not going to compete with Brig Mercy in terms of heal output. So we shouldn't be playing that. Instead, we want to play to our strengths. We can do debuffs, which they will struggle to do. We can put out damage. Lucio's playing very aggressively. I know the Lucio player as well. They're very good. So, yeah, we want to make sure that our primary focus is always going to be damage here. Of course, that doesn't mean we just don't do any healing. But it does mean that, yeah, we've got to make sure that we're trying to be the opposite of the enemy team rather than trying to match them as something that they're better at. Chain Grasp getting loads of kills here. It looks like we are going to take the round. Well, Mercy, she actually got overtime by passing the objective there. Going round. We're not going to be able to finish her off, but no one else is able to get to the objective. Yeah. That right there is the boost mechanic. We're on 17k that round.
Get ready for chaos in Clash.
Our team's actually now 5%, sorry, not 5%, 5k cash ahead of the enemy team. Which is kind of crazy. Right. In fact, the boost mechanic should probably stop if you catch up with cash. Like, I think at the point where your team's cash matches theirs, I feel like, yeah, it should just disable the boost. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments. While you're over there, hitting the like button on the video. I'd very much appreciate that. So we got 45k cash. And what you'll notice is we're not doing anything about the heal here. We didn't pick Cyber Venom. So why didn't we pick Cyber Venom? Because it's an experiment. Like, I know what the problem is, but I want to see the weaknesses of this build. So against this right here, we're like, okay, let's just see how this plays. So running over into the midpoint. I believe we picked Void Hoppers as well. I think Void Hoppers is better than going for Scientific Death Odd at this point because it helps out the team a lot more. Scientific Death Odd, yeah, good for the ult, but gonna fade that one. Give Ryan a little bit of overhealth. Casty was attacking us, our Ryan. Ooh, how does that shatter hit us? Okay, Void Hoppers again. Need to get back in here though, but there is the Genji still dancing around us. Tanking some hits and then we fade back. Oh no, the Rhine. Good pin choice. Over onto the Lucio, and yeah, our team's kind of getting cleaned up. Okay, yeah, it just feels like we're not really doing too much damage here. I'm not going to go the direct route. There's probably a boosted Cassidy sitting there, the one who just killed the Lucio. So we're going to take the scenic route. This Genji's on us though. Still full health. Okay, let's bounce the double orbs. When the Genji dashes into us, the damage orb will hit, and apparently it doesn't make any difference at all. Yeah, this is a difficult game. Difficult set of circumstances. We have Coalescence. Gonna pop that now. Watch out for the Cassidy over on the side. Oh, Genji's on us as well. We're gonna have to fade all the way through. We got body blocked by something there. Our Ryan does get taken down. Beat coming in though with that Lucio as well there, and our own blade. Okay, Brig needs to get eliminated here. The Cassidy flashbang actually saved us from the shatter. He's got the power that extends the duration of it, and we would have faded like right away, but it extended the duration, and that meant we accidentally faded the shatter there. Try and bounce the orbs off the wall to get to just the players over there. Do you manage to kill the Cassidy though? That's kind of nice. Briggs on us though. Are we following our heal orb? I think we are just about. Oh, jump onto the high ground. We're not going to talk about the shatter, Ryan, don't worry. And now it looks like we're going to try and rely on our Lucio. Excellent movement to try and get some sort of stall. Got 93% to Coalescence, but what are we going to do with a Coalescence here? Absolutely nothing. We do generate a nice amount of cash, but we've got problems. And I mean, it's, wow, Ryan on 18k as well. I think it's time. We're not going to get any more information out of this build here. So, look, sometimes plans change. We picked up Phantasmic Flux and Super Flexer, by the way, in that one as well. 2 tanky items. But we're going to get Cyber Venom because it's just going to be essential. Against Brig Pack build, you just need it. against a Mercy that's putting out crazy heal numbers, we just need it. So why don't we go to the tried and tested anti-sustain build, see how many components of this we can get. We'll just start off with the purples. So yeah, this build is pretty much just Phantasmic Flux, Cyber Venom, and then we're getting cooldown reduction with Vanadium. So Iridescent Iris and Hard Light Accelerator, that's an AP item and a weapon power item, and obviously we're Chain Grasp and Cross Orbital, so that works out nicely. Does give us 25% cooldown reduction, decent amount of AP, decent amount of weapon power, decent amount of life, like when Vanadium kicks in, and then we've got a bit of cash left to spare, but it's kind of an awkward amount because it's like 3,600. And I'm just thinking, why don't I get Frenzy Amplifier? So I would have taken something like Shield Buster if I had 4k, but Frenzy Amplifier is going to be like budget Shield Buster. We have to get an elimination first. Now the downside of this build is we don't have Phantasm. We went Void Hoppers first, and that's kind of worrying me a bit because we've put quite a lot of our strength into our orbs, but we only have Cross Orbital. So we'll have to see how this works. Obviously we've still got Chain Grasp and we've still got the cooldown reduction, and the cooldown reduction is going to mean that we're going to debuff with Cyber Venom a lot more often, as well as use Chain Grasp a lot more often. And this is once you get to the late game, this is my favorite Moira build. Like, I always go back to this build just because having this much cooldown reduction along with the debuffs, along with Chain Grasp, yeah, it's just so much fun to play with. Fade jump up top. Genji is chasing us. You see how you do against our new build here. I mean, damage amped by the Mercy as well. Yeah, really wish that we had Phantasm here. Genji's on us again. It's actually a Fire Strike that eliminates us from the low ground. Enemy team doing really well here though. Rally's also come in. Lucio having to fall back. Ryan does get taken down. Oh, the Genji's here as well. There's the dash. Does get a little hit on us. Lucio gets taken out. I thought he was in spawn there. I mean, this is tricky. Enemy team cap this out. They just win the game. Ryan pushing up top. Genji is taken down. Mercy also a little bit weak. Brig pushing us back there off of the objective. Cassidy's going to get eliminated. We're going to chase down this Brig. We did use beat there as well. I think that's kept some players alive a bit here. I want to get Void Hoppers over onto the Lucio. Take high ground in case a little shatter comes in as well. Or jump down into the shatter. That also works, Arcs. Mercy's trying to get us, but Void Hopper just ensures she doesn't get a kill on anybody as soon as we fade. I think I dropped down to the low ground because I was like, well, he would have shattered already. Like, if he had it, but... Okay. Don't mind standing in front of the Rhine for a little bit. We got stuck on a rock, though. Okay. Couple of bouncing orbs. Fine. Get Void Hoppers on them as well. That's going to help quite a lot, actually. Genji Brigger on us. Still 35 seconds remaining, so we can lose this fight. Although, Reaper cleaning up 2 players. Genji as well. Who did the Mercy res? Or try and res? Really not sure. There's just this Genji. But we also still have a bit of distance. Ryan's here. Our Ryan is on the way back. Just going to try and, while everybody's kind of grouped around here, going to try and get Void Hoppers as often as possible. We want to use that cooldown reduction. Ooh. Okay, the overhealth might help a little bit. I've got Coalescence, but we've also got Vanadium. I kind of want to keep it. Coalescence isn't going to do that much for us here. Vanadium will give me a lot more cooldown reduction. Okay, and yeah, I think it's quite essential that we're going to get more fades, more Void Hoppers for the rest of our team by keeping that Vanadium cooldown reduction. Brig jumping in. Yeah, I mean, it's so nice to have fades on these short cooldowns, right? Like 4-second fades. We can just keep applying it. It's a lot of just temporary overhealth for all of our team, and somehow we managed to clutch that round up.
2 to 3.
Get a lot of cash again. 18,800. But look at the boost. 18% boost? Why?
Coming up. Get ready for control. Now's the time for our teams to work out their strategies.
Right, so we do know that we really want to get Phantasm here. You could go multi-ball, but we just want to alternate the cooldowns a bit better. So we'll fire our regular orb, and then we're going to be able to fade, drop off Phantasm. After the fade, we'll get a regular orb up again. It's going to be permanently applying Cyber Venom, and it's just generally the better one to go with.
What is it now?
Having to think if there's any items that we can change here. So this is the build, but what I'm looking at is, well, if we sell 1 or 2 of these, we could get something like Champion's Kit, and we could get Eye of the Spider. You think about that, 35% ability power, what, 25% weapon power as well, with extra damage to low health players. But the thing is, I designed this build ages ago, and it's tried and tested. So even though we can buy some more expensive items, and Eye of the Spider is awesome as an item, I feel like the balance of this build is just perfect.
Can the team turn it around?
So yeah, we're going to stick with it. We've still got 2 rounds if we want to win this game. Enemy team just needs 1. We can't afford many mistakes. Okay, the Ryan will have to walk through that Phantasm Orb if he's pushing forward to the point. We do take the Genji down. Also, yeah, I mean, just look at this. This is crazy. I think it's also helped a lot by the fact that Lucio scales a lot. Like, Lucio scales really well in the late game. Normally, if you see, or you're up against Lucio in round 6, 7, and if they're building a fair amount of AP, and of course they're a good Lucio player, then they become exceptionally strong in the late game. And I think that's definitely helping. Along with our cooldowns, we can just kind of walk forward, because look, Fade's nearly back up again. And Void Hoppers! Did we save or did Ryan shield? We'll never know. Could be either. Rally has come in though, and that's a little bit scary. Genji's also here. Okay, we fade all the way back, but it was right into a Brig Rally. Genji's on us as well. If we got another fade, we might be able to stall it for a few more seconds. It was very, very close. Even with our cooldown reduction, it just wasn't enough. Alright, 54% capped. Let's see how our team do here. Now, we want to be using the cooldowns as often as possible, because, yeah, it just... Otherwise, what's the point in getting cooldown reduction? So we're trying to make sure that we get these Void Hoppers on as many players as possible. Genji's on us with a damage amp. We're surviving a little bit, actually, but we weren't going to survive forever. Our team, however, capping the point out. We've got a tank alive under a lot of pressure from the Genji, though. He's going to charge up into the point. Surviving, at least for now. Mercy's res their Ryan as well, though. So somehow I need to get some... I was going to say healing over onto our Ryan. We do still have the point. It's our Genji's turn to blade here. Does take down the Ryan, which is, you know, a big pick. I don't think Mercy will have her res just yet. Gonna fade for Void Hoppers for everybody else, but also because we don't really know where the Genji is. Another fade over onto the Lucio, a bit more over health. Yeah, I mean, each time as well, the Phantasm Orbs for Cyber Venom. Could maybe use Coalescence here. I don't know if it would have done enough. I think actually, yeah, we probably could have used Coalescence. It would have got some healing. Even with Vanadium, I think it probably would have been worth it there. Like, there are occasions when, you know, you can use it. But yeah, retrospect, we do have some AP in this build. Quite a decent amount, actually. So Coalescence isn't useless. We knew that Shatter was coming. Void Hoppers didn't help save the Genji there. This is not looking good for us. Although, enemy Ryan's taken down. Mercy resing it again. But in the meantime, How many of their team can we get down? Gonna fade away from the Genji, who is still on us, but we do manage to take him out. And now there's a Flying Mercy. Who on this team can actually hit that Flying Mercy other than me? Ryan's just wildly swinging, but Lucio needs to get up there. Okay, the Genji got them. Was that with a deflect as well? Phantasm Orb dropped off for the Brig, pushing into the point. And we do manage to bring it to 3-3. All to play for. Can definitely tell how much nicer this build feels. It's not saying that the other build is bad, it's just against this team composition, this support lineup, I don't think it's going to work. You kind of need to go for extremes, and in this case we're going for extreme cooldown, so more debuffs, more chain grasps, just so that we can out damage some of that mega sustain. We don't have burst on Moira, so we're just going to put out the numbers and hopefully get a few players low so that other players on our team that do have a bit more burst can just walk in and get the final shots. Still trying to work out if I want to sell one of these items and get Eye of the Spider. It's like I could sell Super Flexor, but then I'm going to lose out on 25% AP. And I'm only going to gain 15% weapon power, right? And I'm going to lose some health. I could sell Phantasmic Flux, but then I have no weapon or ability lifesteal. And I feel like that's pretty important. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could get something like Lumerico. And then I could get Eye of the Spider. Because I feel like that might give me a bit of tankiness. We still would miss the lifesteal though. Like, lifesteal is so good in the late game anyway, and Phantasmic Flux just provides so much.
The final round is almost here. There's enough tension in the air to scramble my algorithms.
So yeah, no changes. Of course, one of the things to take into account, our Rhine was so far behind the enemy Rhine throughout this entire game. But then the enemy Rhine got full build, and from then on they can't actually get any stronger. Our Rhine is getting stronger because they're finally able to buy the items that the enemy Rhine bought like 2 rounds ago. Now the reverse is true with me. Oh, chaos in this little room. Oh, the flashbang again. So yeah, the reverse is true with me. I was pretty rich here. We're on like nearly 90k, and we were full build in the previous round, let alone this one, right? But some of the enemy supports, maybe they weren't there yet, so they get stronger, whereas we didn't get any stronger. So our team coming out on top so far, at least making some decent objective progress. I do like a big open map like this. It's really good for just the fades. Ambitious Shatter, I think he wanted to catch us just as we were landing maybe. But we did get decent distance against them. Ryan taken down, the annoying Genji's on us as well. There is a rally as well. Damage over onto the Genji. We didn't have Cyber Venom on him though for the whole time. Ryan does get taken down. Lucio B, I think, was trying to save the Ryan, as was my Void Hoppers. We both kind of tried it. I actually want to stall the objective here because we've got a substantial lead. So I think that's more beneficial than us retreating at that point. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like our Lucio did get out. But the problem that we've got here is, obviously, I'm a bit staggered here. Reaper goes in and gets the Mercy down though. That's massive. Even if it costs Reaper his life, without that Mercy, there just isn't those reses. Oh no, see, I used Coalescence here even with the Vanadium because it was going to be the only chance to save him. We do get the Genji down here. Cassidy pushing us, we're going to fade straight through that. Orbs bouncing out there. Cooldown reduction, I need you. Back over onto the Cassidy. Heal Orb against the wall, bouncing across Orbital Orb. Going to fade again. Look at that cooldown reduction. Can you see why I like this build so much? Like, that's just crazy. Phantasm Orb over onto the Brig, who's in rally, but Mercy's just hard pocketing here. Enemy team getting very, very close. Void Hopper's giving Ryan a little bit of crucial over health as we're now just on the objective. The Genji's attacking us. He was attacking us the whole time, but we just had other stuff to do rather than look around and try and track the Genji. You don't always have to look at your attackers. You can focus on the team fight. And in this case, it's neck and neck right now. Both Reinhardt's taken down. Reaper and Genji doing work though. There's only 10 seconds left, as the announcer says as well. And we really shouldn't be pushing the objective, although there is a Genji on it. Anybody else going to come in and get a touch? No. Okay. 98,000 cash. Look at Briggs. Brig had like 56,000 healing. Do you see the difference Cybervenom makes for one? And then also just being on a more damage-based build. We'll revisit the tanky build, but not if we're playing against a Brig pack build combined with a Mercy. Guys, I hope you liked the game. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and there'll be a lot more videos out on the YouTube shortly. GG.
Expected.